All right, hello everyone. Well, it's about 13:30, 1:30 p.m. on the 30th of June, 2020, and I just got off the phone with a friend of mine. Actually, it's been a while now because I have been driving, and I had to think about what he was talking about, and so I thought I'd come on and just mention a couple of things. Why have I labeled this Biden's press conference teleprompter? Well, if you saw the press conference with Biden, I did not. I haven't seen it yet, but my source there, but the guy who watched it, is very good. He knows how to explain things. He said that Biden did his press conference using a teleprompter. You're doing a press conference using a teleprompter? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure what's happening here. Uh, but using a teleprompter is not how you do a press conference. you know, obviously the questions must have been scripted, and his answers predetermined, or who knows. But that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Now, one of the things that he talked about during this press conference was if elected, he is going to, first of all, he said that if he's elected, he will mandate the wearing of masks, which is totally absurd. Uh, this thing is getting way out of control. But he also said, if any of you watched that, that he was going to hire an army of contact tracers, 100,000 of them, which is probably a minimum number. This thing is being milked for everything it can to attack liberty at every level. The troubling thing is that this gives a talking point for Trump to counter Biden. In other words, Trump could say, that's ridiculous. We're not going to do that. If I'm elected, that's not going to happen. My question is he going to do that? My friend says that our only hope for the future is to keep Biden out of office and to get 4 more years of Trump. Now, I have no intention of voting for Biden. And it feels like a gamble to trust that Trump is going to fix anything at this point. But if Trump is serious, you got to look at this from this point of view, and that is that Biden's got the liberal Democrats, the basically the leftist Marxists in his pocket, and they're all going to go for this control. You can even see it at the riots, at the demonstrations that I've been in with these leftist Marxists. They're wearing masks and they're happy to do it. So they're willing to go along with this impact, this restriction of liberty, and this nonsense about this health crisis, which is being manipulated for the very purpose, as you all know, to attack our liberties and to take down the country. But I get the distinct impression that if Trump doesn't use this as a talking point to counter Biden and his campaign, then that should be a warning sign for us. And I consider it this. And my friend wouldn't want me to say this, but I have to. If Trump doesn't counter this talking point that Biden took out today and say, no, I will not have contact tracers. No, we're not going to mandate masks. No, we're not going to keep going down this road. No, Fauci isn't going to have uh, unlimited access to the Oval Office. Then I would be very wary of where Trump sits on this, which you know I am anyway. So my feeling is that they've got us coming and going. All of the leftist Marxists are going to do or want to have done what Biden's talking about. Uh, but if Trump doesn't make it a counterpoint in his campaign, then I would be very suspicious that that's where he's going anyway. And so they've got us from both sides. So in other words, if Trump did get in office by the conservative vote, and then he decided to do this thing with the Wuhan virus, the vaccines, the contact tracing, uh, all of that, the testing, etc. Well, if he does that, he's going to have the support of the leftist Marxists. They'll go along with that. It's because that's, of course, what they want. That's what Pelosi wants. That's what Schumer wants, etc. Nadler, etc. Gates, Fauci. But if Trump goes along with it, how many of his cultic followers will then accept it? So in other words, what I'm saying is they already have the leftist Marxists in their pocket whether Biden wins or not. The question is, what's Trump going to do? And I submit to you that if he does not counter against Biden on this, for the good of the country, not for his reelection even, but for the good of the country, if he doesn't counter Biden for this, then I'd be very careful, very suspicious about what his overall intentions are. Again, which I am very suspicious of anyway. Now, one last point, and I'll go. Uh, Back in the 30s when the Depression hit, Franklin Delano Roosevelt instituted. Actually, it started under Hoover. They started the WPA. It was a work project, and they put unemployed Americans at work doing all types of infrastructure and improvements, working in the mountains and in the forests, making trails, cleaning up, building things, whatever. That's what they did. That's not what we're doing this time. What we're doing is we're hiring contact tracers. We're doing things in this medical tyranny to support this tyranny. We're being hit from all sides. So I'll leave you with this for today, and that is we can't depend. I mean, my friend's not going to like me saying that. Again, Biden's a problem. But if Trump doesn't counter this and forcefully, then you'll know he's planning on doing it anyway. Just like we know that Kushner is pushing the DACA thing, the amnesty. He's already got it drawn up, right? You know that, right? So I think at least I am still in that position where it doesn't matter who we support. Both sides are being used to take us down. And so my feeling is you've got to prepare. As I told my friend today, it's going down. You got to be ready to stand on your own. And this is a very scary place to be in when people sitting in the halls of power are the last thing they're interested in is your liberty. They want to force you into doing their will, even under the guise of a virus, a pandemic, which of course it isn't. This friend of mine actually told me about the medical majority that's pushing this. There's a medical minority that are very vocal within their circles saying, no, this isn't what Fauci and them are claiming it to be, but they don't have the strength of the voice to get the other explanation out. And I asked why, and he says, well, the medical majority, most of the people that are going along with this are liberals in the medical field. Most of them are, and we've seen that with the nurses and the doctors out, cheering on the protests and all, while they're saying that for Antifa and Black Lives Matter, but they say that Trump can't have his rallies and you have to wear masks, all the time, all that baloney. So anyway, I've got to get going again, but I just wanted to put that out this morning or this afternoon, as the case may be. So again, Biden used a teleprompter during his press conference. Absolutely ridiculous. He must have had scripted answers to the questions or some other little magic trick was going on there. He's not worth having president of the United States. He's dangerous. He's talking about the hundreds of thousands of contact tracers and the mandatory wearing of masks, which all of this is impinge on your freedom. And the bottom line is I think Trump is actually coming from the same direction. Again, my friend wouldn't want me saying that because he's scared to death of Biden getting in. But I think we have to look at the reality of the situation. If Trump doesn't forcefully counter this, he should have thrown Fauci out already. And again, my friend says, no, he can't do that. It'll cause him all kinds of trouble. He's in trouble anyway. You might as well stand up for what's right. Okay? Hi, Nancy. How you doing? Okay, I've really got to get going again. Sorry about the wind in the microphone, but I just wanted to put this out. They're putting us in a catch-22, ladies and gentlemen. We lose either way. Prep, pray, stay out of the way. Do what you can. Okay, out here for now.